son or daughter or something, yeah, three something, right, 325 or? Yeah.
Jimmy Ticky.
Join the meeting.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Had a big problem there. Because I saw the, pest control, Orca, they had to take some balls down, so I had to turn my phone. Nice up there, I mean, there's no woods. Yeah. Unless you know, you have it treated all the time.
It's not really his issue either, because it's not city property. It's either gonna have to be a private thing, or we can try to contact the other neighbor.
Okay.
Thank you.
Put in some gravel or something on the fence.
You know, your mask.
Yeah, we're, if we went out,
Cover your nose.
and what I'm thinking of.
Got everybody.
This guy, not the wife.
Yeah, I fog out too.
Well, thank you.
All right, we're gonna go. Good morning, everyone. My name is Virginia Harger, Chairperson of the Shelton Planning and Zoning Commission. Today is Wednesday, July 15th, and the special meeting of the Shelton Planning and Zoning Commission is hereby called to order. This meeting is categorized as a special meeting and is being held at a time other than when our regular meeting would be scheduled. The protocol for this morning's meeting was previously reviewed by Corporation Counsel, who indicated to me that it is compliant with the executive orders issued by the governor and fair for those attending in person or watching from a remote location. Just a reminder that all commissioners and staff attending today's meeting in person and those in the auditorium are reminded of the need to wear masks that cover the nose and mouth throughout the meeting, even when speaking. Your cooperation is appreciated. Now, would everybody present in the auditorium please rise to allegiance, and I invite all who are participating remotely to do the same. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. I'll continue with a roll call. When your name is called, please verbally indicate you are present, and I'll begin with those who are participating remotely.
Join the meeting.
That was Commissioner Parkins.
Present.
And Commissioner Ticky.
Present.
Alternate Commissioner Usel.
Present.
Mr. Panico, our consultant.
Present.
And for those who are in auditorium, myself, Commissioner Harger, Commissioner Kelly.
Present.
Commissioner Motto. Here. Mr. Rossetti, our administrator.
Present.
Mr. O'Neill, our assistant administrator and CEO.
Present.
Mr. Nappy, our downtown projects coordinator.
Here.
Ms. Renatos, our recording secretary.
Here.
And just for the record, is Commissioner Radomski participating remotely? And is Commissioner Laskos participating remotely? And both Commissioner Radomski and alternate Commissioner Laskos have indicated to me they will not be participating in today's meeting. Commissioner Usel, will you be please plan to sit in for Commissioner Radomski?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, moving along. Just want to make a couple of quick comments. This is the Commission's 10th meeting being done via a live streaming process. Commissioners participating in person and remotely will be able to make comments throughout the meeting so that we're not all talking across each other, and our recording secretary is clear as to who is speaking. Commissioners are asked to please say Madam Chair and then your name. As soon as the chair recognizes you, you're free to speak. Please be aware that you may hear an echo. Commissioners participating remotely are asked to be aware and remember that microphones on computers will pick up ambient sound, which will be heard in the auditorium throughout the PA system, including movement of papers, phones ringing, and conversations if others are in the room. So if at all possible, and you have the ability to do so, please mute the audio on the computer. The first agenda item are our applications for certificates of zoning compliance. And the first one is number 4043, George Chiodo, 51 Applewood Drive for in-law. Is the applicant present? Sir, come on up to the podium. Mr. Rossetti, do you have comments? Mr. O'Neill, you're going to give us comments on this?
Yes, I will.
Okay, go ahead.
So this is an application for an in-law apartment, like you said. This one's a little different because they're using an existing space that's inside the house. So there'll be no additions or changes to the exterior. That's why there's no architectural elevations included with this application. All the other required paperwork, including the affidavit, is here. There's a copy of the floor plan that you can see. It's available on the website. And everything else meets the zoning requirements for this application.
Okay. Okay, thank you. And, the commissioners had access to all the documents on the website. Any commissioner have any question about this particular application for an in-law? Commissioner Motto, Commissioner Kelly? Okay, any commissioners participating remotely? Commissioners Parkins or Youssef?
No, Madam Chair.
Thank you.
No, this time.
Thank you. Okay, so this is pretty straightforward. You have an existing, facility that you would just be modifying to, provide all of the requirements for an in-law setup, and you have the documentation that it is the affidavit. So, all right, if there is no other comments, questions, or concerns, is there someone that would like to move to approve this particular, application? Mr. Chiodo, do you have any comments you want to present?
No, I think, I hope everything, all the paperwork is.
Make sure the mic is on.
Click press the red button on the bottom.
Okay, Mr. Chiodo, just, go ahead and identify yourself and your address, please.
George Chiodo, 51 Applewood Drive. I worked hard to try to get all the paperwork in order, so I think we did that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it clearly states you have an existing room. This would be an existing room over garage, so. All right,
I understand I still owe a fee, do I pay that today?
take care of that with,
I'll be
Mr.
in
O'Neill.
contact with you regarding that.
Okay.
All right, there aren't any other comments, questions, or concerns about this particular application. Was there someone that was going to make a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Okay, there's a motion to approve by Commissioner Kelly. Is there a second? Second. Second from Commissioner Motto. And I'll do a quick roll call. Commissioner Kelly?
Aye.
Commissioner Parkins?
Aye.
Commissioner Motto? Aye. Commissioner Youssef?
Aye.
Commissioner Ticky?
Aye.
And the chair votes aye. Motion is passed 6-0. You could continue whatever you have to do with Mr. O'Neill afterwards.
Okay,
Thank you. Next one is application 4360. Mission Barbecue, Shelton LLC, 745 to 801 Bridgeport Avenue for a sign. And Attorney Thomas, you're here representing the applicant?
Yes, I am. Attorney Dominic Thomas, Cohen and Thomas, attorneys at law, sign people, 350 Main Street, Connecticut. This proposed sign has been vetted twice through the sign committee in September and then again in, I don't know, sometime after the first of the year, I think, or early on before.
It was last week, I believe.
It went through the sign committee. The major thing that I had to go back to them with, to Mission Barbecue with, was that the objection to have the sign be, I think it was 100 feet, not 100 feet, whatever the length of it was, it went from pier to pier. Excuse me, and there was an objection that it go from pier to pier. So, and there was an objection also with the pier-to-pier signs with the size of the letters. So with that, Mission Barbecue, after talking to them, The sign proposed for you is now within the piers as requested. The letters, which is the white letters on the black background, are 19 inches high, which is below the 24-inch requirement.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing, there was some discussion, and of the three people on the sign committee, only Commissioner Maddow was here. It was Commissioner Pagoda and Commissioner Wodanski were participating.
Ruth was participating remotely.
Commissioner Parkins was participating remotely, according to
Not only at
Commissioner.
this meeting, on this,
Oh.
this one.
Not the original.
This was way back when.
Oh, okay.
This is way back when.
I don't remember.
Yeah, and, the only other issue was, an issue of whether or not, Mission Barbecue is the corner store at Fountain Square, and they wanted it on both sides facing,
Mm-hmm.
they are facing two frontages,
Mm-hmm.
and, they said they really do, it's one of their demands that they have it on both sides. So they agreed to shrinking down the size of the sign, moving it within the piers, shrinking the size of the letters, and I think this complies basically with what's going on in that corner. So
Okay.
we would consider it and approve their sign.
All right, Commissioner Amato, you're the chair of the, sign committee. Is there any comments that you have?
Yeah, we looked at it last week and we were in agreement with the, proposed signage.
Okay.
Fits within the regulations for having sign on both sides, so.
Very good. Any other comments from any of the commissioners? Commissioner Kelly, Commissioner Ticky, Commissioner Amato, Commissioner Parkins, and, Commissioner Usel.
No.
No comments at this time.
Thank you. Okay, I would just ask, Attorney Thomas, that you just work with staff on, something here on the side elevation. The top one clearly shows that it does not go, go from pier to pier, but the one on for the side elevation looks like it does. So, you just work with staff.
They're the same length and sizes of building changes.
Okay, so the sign committee didn't have any issue with that?
I recall that it was within the pier, both sides.
Use your mic.
It is designed in the piers. Both sides are 16 feet, 2 inches long.
Mm-hmm.
The difference is that the distance between the piers changes on the building itself. It goes from 18 feet, 2 inches to 16 feet, 7 inches.
Right,
It's not on the piers. It's
No.
on the side.
They're both within.
Still in between the piers.
right.
In the front, there's a few inches between the edge of the sign and the pier. On the side, because the piers are a little closer, it is closer to the piers, but it's not on the piers.
Right, no, I never wanted to, give the impression that it was, but it was just from your comments at the beginning that, I guess the sign committee was concerned that it not go from pier to pier, but the side one does.
No,
No.
the original, the sign that we had problem then was on the pier.
Pier, okay, got it,
Was actually attached to the pier,
okay, all
on
right,
both sides.
all right, so we're relying,
Attached to the front of the pier,
okay.
is what I'm trying to say.
All right, so relying on all that clarification and Commissioner Amato's, comments that everything met the, regulations, is there a motion to approve this particular sign request?
I'll make the motion to approve.
There's a motion to approve from Commissioner Amato, is there a second?
Commissioner Parkins will second.
Okay, thank you, Commissioner Parkins. So there's a motion to approve from Commissioner Amato, seconded by Commissioner Parkins. On a roll call vote, Commissioner Kelly?
Aye.
Commissioner Parkins?
Aye.
Commissioner Amato?
Aye.
Commissioner Ticky?
Aye.
You, Sal?
Aye.
And the chair votes aye. So the motion is approved 6-0. Thank you, Mr. Thomas, Attorney Thomas.
Thanks.
Next is, application 3228, ABC Sign Corp., 762 River Road for a sign. Mr. O'Neill?
This is a single wall sign, going on the orthopedic building behind the Parker House Restaurant on River Road. It's going right on the front of the building, on the right side, along with the orthopedic specialty group, which is in the middle, and Orthopedic on the left. They have come in and filed a business occupancy with us in the office. This is just for that one wall sign. The sign committee met last week and had no outstanding issues with it.
Mm-hmm. So this is, a lit sign, obviously, based on the, information on the drawing here. So it's in line with what's existing. I understand, Commissioner Amato, any comments from the sign committee?
No, we had no issues with it.
Okay, no issues according to Commissioner Amato. Is any other commissioner have any comments, questions, or concerns about this particular application? Okay, hearing none, is there a motion to approve?
This is Commissioner Usall. Motion to approve.
Okay, this is Commissioner Usell. Make a motion to approve. Is there a second?
Commissioner Ticky will second.
Okay, Commissioner Amato stepped in before you. Sorry, Commissioner Ticky. We had that delay. Okay, so motion to approve from Commissioner Usell, seconded by Commissioner Amato. Roll call vote. Commissioner Ticky?
Aye.
Usell?
Aye.
Commissioner Amato?
Aye.
Commissioner Parkins?
Aye.
Kelly?
Aye.
And the chair votes aye. Motion has passed. Next is application 4396.
Madam Chair,
Go ahead,
Madam Chair,
Commissioner Parkins.
excuse the interruption, but the audio on this is becoming very garbled. I don't know if I'm the only one having the issue or if the other commissioners on the line are experiencing it as well. It's
Okay,
becoming
thank
very
you.
garbled.
Thank you for mentioning that, Commissioner Usell. Commissioner Ticky, are you having trouble hearing?
I am not having trouble hearing. This is Commissioner Usall.
Yeah, this is Commissioner Ticky. I'm not, but last week I was, and I hung up and I called back in, and it was a little better.
Oh, I see, okay.
Okay,
Um,
I will
Commissioner
try
Parkins?
that. Thank you.
All right,
I'll try calling back in.
all right, go ahead. We'll just wait a second until we get that connection from Commissioner Parkins back. Any of the commissioners talking on microphones, make sure you hold them close to your mouth, and that would help. I know that, I'm saying it for us, just as a side note, make sure you have the mic up to your mouth. All right, we're gonna move along. I'm pretty sure Commissioner Parkins will be joining us, shortly remotely. The next is application 4396, Three Bridges Coffee House, 415 Howe Avenue, for a sign.
So this is, we met with the sign committee, like we said. We had some recommendations for the applicant, which has been relayed to the applicant, and I'm awaiting further information and different revised drawings, to reflect the suggestions that the sign committee had regarding the blade sign, as a directional sign, and the repositioning of the wall sign, so I'm still awaiting, updated drawings, so I recommend that this be tabled.
Okay. All right, there's, according to staff, there is, information that the applicant, needs to, provide based on suggestions from the sign committee, recommendation to table then for now. Is there a motion to table application 4396?
Yeah, I'll make a motion to table.
Ms. Parkins?
Join the meeting.
Thank you, Commissioner Parkins. So, on the Three Bridges Coffee House sign application number 4396, there's a motion to table based on staff's need to receive further information. And the motion to table was made by Commissioner Kelly. Is there a second? There's a second from Commissioner Amato. And a roll call. Commissioner, Usell?
Aye.
Commissioner Amato? Aye. Commissioner Ticky?
Aye.
Commissioner Parkins?
Aye.
Okay, Commissioner Kelly?
Aye.
And the chair votes aye, so the motion to table has passed. Next is application 4398. Matus Nogas, 55 Bridge Street, for a sign. Mr. O'Neill, are you doing this?
The applicant may be on the line, I sent him over the information an hour ago, I'm not sure.
Okay.
but this is going where.
Let me just check on that. Is the applicant for application 4398 for 55 Bridge Street on the line, participating remotely? Okay, doesn't seem that that's the case, so Mr. O'Neill, why don't you go ahead?
So this is going where Romeo's Deli had been, and they are proposing a hanging sign, that will match the style of the next door tenant, the Leading Level Fitness LLC, black and white with the same sort of black metal, hanging on there. The sign committee did have an issue. We recommended that the established 2020 on the bottom of the sign be removed, that the rest of the sign is okay without that lettering on the bottom.
Okay, so this is for a new occupant of that last storefront,
Correct.
and the previous occupant was a deli,
Romeo's, yep.
and this one is also going to stay in that category as a restaurant takeout,
Right.
okay?
It's pierogies.
Okay, oh, that's what the rogie. Okay, what about the illustration above the wording? Does the sign committee have any problem with that?
That's what a pierogi looks like.
I know.
Exactly. It should have been a clear giveaway.
No, I thought it was a lace collar. So, okay, well, the Italian raviolis sometimes are more like square or round, totally round, but I won't pass up a plate of pierogies anytime. All right, so, any other further comments, questions, or concerns from staff or the commission? Okay, so is there a motion to approve based on the recommendation of the sign committee with removing established 2020 at the bottom of the blade sign?
Madam Chair, Commissioner Parkins will make that motion.
Okay, there's a motion to approve.
Commissioner Ticky will second.
And Commissioner Ticky will second. And on a roll call vote, Commissioner Kelly?
Aye.
Commissioner Mono?
Aye.
Commissioner Ticky?
Aye.
Commissioner Usel?
Aye.
Commissioner Parkins?
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Thank you. Commissioner Parkins, is that particular, connection better?
Yes, thank you.
Yes, thank you. Oh, good. All right, and our final sign is applications for application 4320 T-Lines, 99 Bridgeport Avenue. This particular application had been on a previous, agenda, and at the time, Commissioner Parkins brought up that, was this in conformance to the sign regulations, and we refer this to the sign committee. So, Mr. O'Neill, you have an update?
Yes, the sign committee, went over the signs. Basically, I'm waiting, for more information from the applicant. I've been in contact with him based on what was said at the sign committee meeting, so I also recommend that this be tabled. The applicant has yet to get back to me with, some updated drawings. If you want me to go into a little more detail about what the sign committee talked about.
Yeah, why don't you?
So regarding the 3 wall signs that were proposed, the sign committee had no problems with the post office sign, but they recommended that it be moved to the side door, which you can see on the second photo, just over the side door.
Mm-hmm.
And as for the small shelf sign, they recommend that it be removed. Kind of repetitive, seeing that it's already a gas station. You recharge yourself. I understand the applicant is in the process of filing a DBA, so that can be the name of the business of the convenience store. So we're awaiting, that to happen in order to come back and re-look at this sign.
Okay, very good. Does anybody have any questions for Mr. O'Neill?
Yes.
Okay, Commissioner Kelly?
No, I
Use your
just wanted
microphone,
to
please.
state that,
Use your microphone.
just wanted to state that there are, at this point, 4 shell signs on that building. 2 on the canopy, 2 on the sides, 1 on each side. I really don't think we need another one.
Mm-hmm.
The opinion of the design committee is that the small square shell logo was not needed.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Any, commissioners participating remotely have any comments on this? Okay, so staff has recommended that we table this particular sign based on the fact that there are revised drawings that he's waiting for. So is there a motion to table?
Make a motion to.
Motion to table from Commissioner Kelly, is there a second?
Second.
Second from Commissioner Amato, and on a roll call. Commissioner Tiki?
Aye.
Commissioner Usel?
Aye.
Perkins?
Aye.
Kelly?
Aye.
Commissioner Amato?
Aye.
And the chair votes aye. Motion to table has passed 6-0. Okay, moving on to old business. Application 20-11, USS Shelton Solar LLC, 866 River Road, applying for a special exception permit in a CA2 zone on 5.9 acres to construct, own, and operate a 975 kilowatt project as part of the Connecticut Shared Clean Energy Facility Program. I have some comments on this. This application was accepted for review on May 20th of this year, and a public hearing was opened on June 4th. At that public hearing, we heard a presentation from Peter Schmidt, New Markets Project Manager, and Carl Stopper of TRC Environmental Corporation. The only member of the public to speak was Board of Aldermen Chair John Anglais. The Commission voted unanimously to continue the public hearing. And at the continuation of the public hearing on June 17th, the Commission heard additional comments from Mr. Schmidt, and there were questions from the Commission and staff. At the conclusion of all the comments, the Commission voted unanimously to close the public hearing. So the Commission is at the point to discuss this application and decide how to move forward. As I understand it, this application for a special exception permit is for the installation of ground-mounted solar panels in the city-owned 102-acre property at 866 River Road. According to materials submitted by the applicant, this particular site was chosen for several reasons, including its unobstructed access to natural sunlight, adequate space for setbacks and screening, no impact on wetlands or neighboring properties, appropriate soil composition to support the solar panels, an existing distribution line within the boundary of the parcel, adequate capacity on an existing distribution line, and an existing substation with adequate capacity in relatively close proximity to the project. The area for the installation of solar panels is approximately 5.94 acres, split into a northern area of 2.67 acres and a southern area of 3.27 acres. The equipment components are Tier 1 solar panels, inverters, enclosing cabinets, and racks, which meet all applicable codes and requirements. To avoid disturbing the underlying closed landfill, a ballasted system would be used. The current technical specifications for the solar panels are included in the application materials, and specifically note the panels reflect less than 2% of incoming sunlight, which is less than reflection generated by water, snow, crops, and grass. Due to the racking equipment and the terrain, no grading, filling, soil removal, or soil addition would be required. Both installation areas would be enclosed by a security fence. The applicant indicated the solar panel installation would be monitored remotely, and routine maintenance would occur approximately once per quarter by 2 technicians. Unplanned maintenance would occur on an as-needed basis. This project does not require permanent structures for water, sewage, or waste management services, or equipment and material storage after the initial construction phase. During the construction phase, a specific number of equipment and supply deliveries would be expected. The application notes that within 12 months of any lease termination, surrender, or expiration, the facility would be decommissioned and the project's components would be removed. The energy submitted by the solar panels would be available on a subscription basis for city facilities, residents, and commercial entities. The preliminary drainage plan was being conducted at the time of the application process. Mr. Rossetti, has there been any results of that plan submitted? Okay, Mr. Rossetti has indicated there has been, and we'll pick that up at the appropriate time. Going on, according to the applicant's special exception permit materials, the applicant also has to receive several permits and approvals from Connecticut DEEP, proof of which would need to be supplied to the city before applying for a building permit. The applicant's materials specifies the required type and amount of insurance coverage for specific entities, which includes the city of Shelton, for the 35-year lease term. The city would like to note the chair would like to note for the record that the applicant submitted a letter dated July 13, 2020, in response to a concern expressed by the commission during the public hearing to indicate the project would not hamper any future use plans for this site. The July 13th letter was posted to the city's website with the other application materials. At the opening of the public hearing for this application on June 4th, Mr. Anglace, the Board of Aldermen Chair, indicated that he and his constituents would like technical insurance. There would be no impact to the methane collection system and the special benefits this proposal would provide to the city. Mr. Rossetti, are there any comments or documents from the applicant that would address Alderman Anglace's concerns?
Yes, there are. There's a letter on the website from TRC Engineering, addressing all of those concerns, as they are both the engineers and consultants for DEP and Vera on that site and for USS Shelton Solar. And just kind of one correction, Chairman.
Sure.
This is a state property, not city-owned property.
866 River Road is a state-owned property?
Yes.
Really? Okay. Then I stand corrected. I was under the impression that was the...
That piece of property with the solar panels, I believe it's state-owned. If they're leasing this piece of property from
them.
Correct.
Okay, got it. Yeah, I was always, we always called it Shelton Landfill, so that's why. Okay, that's fine. All right, so do any of the commissioners wish to comment on this application? Commissioner Kelly?
Yeah.
Okay, so Commissioner Kelly's going to start, and then I'll go through the rest of the commissioners.
Just one thing, I'm all for renewable energy, and as long as it meets the standards of the utility, the rules and regulations, and also the rules and regulations of the city, I think it's a very good project.
Okay. Thank you. Commissioner Armato, do you have any comments?
I appreciate Commissioner Kelly's comments, and agree.
Thank you. Okay. And Commissioner Ticky, how about you?
I agree. I have nothing more to add.
Okay. Commissioner Parkins?
I also agree with Commissioner Kelly. I do have a question. You referenced a bond. Did you say for the life of the installation?
No, not a bond. I'll look back through my comments, but there wasn't, I know I did not use that word on that. There was a insurance coverage that they have.
What does that insurance coverage cover?
In the materials, give me a second, I can find that on that page. Yeah, it's towards the end. I got it. Okay. It's like, they didn't number the pages. I got it. Okay, the insurance coverage says USS Shelton Solar LLC will be required to meet insurance requirements under long-term contracts with several parties, including the site landowner, UI, and its project lenders and investors. USS Shelton Solar will be listed on a policy that includes commercial general liability, $1 million for each occurrence for bodily injury and property damage, $2 million general aggregate, $2 million products and completed operations aggregate, $1 million personal and advertising injury. And then under automobile liability, $1 million combined single limit each accident for bodily injury and property damage, includes owned, hired, and non-owned auto liability. There's under umbrella, 3 million claims made umbrella policy in excess of the general liability, automobile liability, and employer's liability policies, with coverage at least as broad as provided in such underlying policies. We're under workman's compensation, it says statutory limits, and under employer's liability, $1 million for each accident, $1 million disease policy limit, and $1 million disease each employee. Does that help, Commissioner Parkins?
Yes, thank you for that clarification. It's obviously a liability. So my only concern remains with the removal of the equipment at the end of its useful life. USS Shelton Solar has committed to doing that via their letter dated July 13th, 2020. We're not made privy to their appendix that was filed with their lease arrangement. So, but because it's a state-owned property, I would assume that if something were to go wrong with Shelton Solar and they were no longer a viable LLC, that the state would be responsible for the removal. So I have no further comments.
Very good. Okay. Let's see, who else? Commissioner Usel, do you have any questions?
I agree with Commissioner Kelly's comments, and I have no further comments at this time.
Okay. Okay, that seems to be everybody. There is a resolution that had been prepared. A motion, and let me just find that. So, this is a draft motion. How does the commission feel? Was this posted on the website?
No.
No, this has not. So, we can take this up at our next meeting.
Take this up now, it's just a motion.
Yeah, this is a motion. This is, it has been prepared. Does the commission want to move forward on this particular application? Commissioner Kelly, what's your feeling? Want to move forward or?
Oh, yes, yes.
Okay, move forward. And then Commissioner Amato?
Moving forward, but not to the resolution.
It's not a resolution, it's a motion to approve. Approve the special exception permit. That's okay? Okay. Commissioner Parkins, do you have any concerns about moving forward or not at this time?
I have no objection.
Okay. Commissioner Ticky?
I have no objection. I think we should move forward with it.
Okay, and Commissioner Usel?
I think we should move forward.
Okay, very good. Then, I'll go through this. This is regarding application 20-11, application of USS Shelton Solar for approval of a special exception application to construct, own, and operate a 975 kilowatt solar generation facility on a 5.9 acre portion of a 102 acre parcel located at 866 River Road, currently zoned commercial CA-1, industrial IB-1, and industrial IA-2, as shown on initial development plans entitled USS Solar Shelton Landfill, dated January 14th, 2020. Whereas the applicant, USS Shelton Solar LLC, a subsidiary of United States Solar Corporation, U.S. Solar, proposes to develop a 975 kilowatt solar facility on a 5.9 acre portion of 102 acre parcel located at 866 River Road, which property is currently owned by MIRA and is the location of a closed and capped former landfill operation. Should I really pick up? Right here, a limited portion. Continue reading it.
I'm caught the same way, so.
Yeah, we'll
A limited portion of the property is currently zoned commercial 8 CA1 district, with the bigger portion being the industrial 1B-1 district, and industrial 1A-2 district. The applicant has entered into agreement with the landowners of these proposed sites and is pursuing an interconnected agreement with the United Illuminating Company. The applicant will be under contract to deliver electricity over a period of 20 years. And whereas the property facility is accommodating under use line A, on Schedule A, permitted uses. The Shelton zoning regulations subject to the approval of special exceptions in accordance with the provisions of Section 33 in the Industrial District. The application is accompanied by a detailed attached set forth the complete description of the site plans, proposed installation, description of occupational access to engineering and construction data, as well as project ownership, insurance agreements, and decommissioning information. The Commission convened a daily notice public hearing on June 4th, 2020, which hearing was continued to and closed on June 17, 2020. At said hearing, Commissioner, staff, and public offered comments and questions regarding potential disruption of closed landfill cover, the state collection system, disposal of expired solar panels, responsibility for decommissioning facility when needed on an ongoing basis. Maintenance plan, impact of future plan use planning, other approvals of the Fire Marshal, Inland One Commission, etc. All questions or concerns were addressed by the applicant representative.
Okay, I'll take it over. Okay, I'll continue. And whereas the applicant reported that the proposed facility will result in no negative impact or interference with the closed and capped landfill and its attendant methane collection system, noting that equipment components, solar panels, racking system, and inverters are supported by a ballasted system to avoid any disturbance to the underlying closed landfill. Such a system also fosters easy decommissioning of the facility at the end of its useful life and removal of all components. Site access both during construction and ongoing operational maintenance will utilize existing access drives. Minimal ongoing maintenance, service, and other site visits are necessary, and no daily traffic associated with the facility and its operations is anticipated. And whereas a special exception is deemed to be a permitted use subject to compliance with all general conditions and special standards set forth in the zoning regulations, after its review of the proposal, the Commission finds that the proposed site is well suited for the proposed use by virtue of its size, physical characteristics, proximity to necessary distribution facilities, and applicable zoning. Being barely, if at all, visible from the public street system, it will not intrude on any established residential neighborhood. The Commission also noted that the Fire Marshal has reviewed and approved the project. The project will not adversely impact the closed landfill, and it will result in minimal traffic impact on River Road, which is Connecticut Route 110. The final approval by the Inland Wetlands Commission is anticipated, as well as a final report from the city engineer approving the final storm water drainage provisions. All outstanding reviews, approvals, including coastal area management, application review and action, will be completed prior to the sign-off on any needed zoning and construction permits. The facility will be interconnected with the UI Company distribution system and will be capable of serving approximately 275 homes, as well as businesses and public entities in Shelton who are UI Company customers for a period of 20 years. It was noted by the applicant that the Shelton Public School System has already expressed intent in becoming a potential subscriber to the facility. Now, therefore, on the basis of the materials, information, and testimony provided, and the findings noted above, the Shelton Planning and Zoning Commission hereby approves the subject special exception application of USS Shelton Solar LLC, which approval will become effective upon receipt of all outstanding approvals needed and the filing of a notice of this approval in the Shelton Land Records. Is there a commissioner that would like to move this particular motion?
I'll move the motion.
Commissioner Kelly has indicated he would move the motion. Is there a second?
I'll second.
There's a second from Commissioner Amato. And on a roll call vote, we have Commissioner Kelly,
Aye.
Commissioner Parkins, Commissioner Parkins, are you there?
Yeah, it just went vogue for a while. There was no sound whatsoever.
You couldn't hear the
I heard the first, but did someone second it?
Yes, Commissioner Amato did.
Okay, then aye. if you're looking
Okay.
for a vote, aye.
Yes, we're voting on the motion to approve. Okay, Commissioner Amato?
Aye.
Commissioner Usel?
Aye.
Commissioner, Dickey?
Aye.
And the chair votes aye, the motion has passed 6-0. All right, thank you, everyone. Okay, the next agenda item is application 19-21, Dominic Thomas for SEP Shelton LLC, AA Shelton LLC, AA Shelton Investor LLC, 710 Bridgeport Avenue, petition for a zone change to a planned development district, development of 340 market rate and affordable units with parking, offices, light industry, and warehousing uses also present on site. This application was accepted for review on August 13th, 2019, and a public hearing was opened on September 25th, 2019. At that public hearing, the commission heard a portion of the applicant's proposal, and the commission unanimously voted to keep the public hearing open to October 23rd, 2019. On October 23rd, the applicant presented the rest of its proposal, and 8 members of the public spoke. The commission unanimously voted to keep the public hearing open. On January 29th, 2020, the applicant presented other information to the commission and indicated the unit count had been reduced to 272 units with 10% affordable in 4 buildings, which was reduced from 5 buildings. The commission voted to keep the public hearing open. On February 26th, 2020, additional presentations were made by the applicant, and 5 members of the public spoke. The commission voted to close the public hearing. On March 10th, 2020, the commission voted to table any discussion and to schedule a site visit. The site visit was conducted on March 13th, 2020, with Commissioners Harder, Kelly, and Mato in attendance, along with Planning and Zoning Administrator, Mr. Rossetti. On May 12th, 2020, the commission reviewed and discussed the application and came to a favorable consensus for staff to prepare a resolution for denial of the application for a zone change. Everyone should have a copy of the resolution. It was put on the website.
Madam Chair, Commissioner Parkins,
Go ahead, Commissioner Parsons.
I'm going to recuse myself from the discussion and vote on this application. I was not a member of the commission at the time of the public hearing and/or the discussion, so I will recuse myself.
Okay, that's fine. I was going to bring that up. I also want to bring that to Mr. Usal. Mr. Usal, you came on the commission for the last 2 public hearings. Have you made yourself acquainted with this particular proposal?
I will also recuse myself since I was not on the commission.
Okay. All right, there is a recusal, and just wanted to bring out that we have only 6 members present today, and we only have 1, 2, 3 particular members. Yeah, that's what I'm counting. Myself, Commissioner Kelly, Commissioner Ticky, and Commissioner Amato. Commissioner Amato, let me just clarify for the record. I have you, that's why I was getting back to this. For the first 2 out of the 4, there were 2 that you were excused from. Did you go back and just make sure that you were acquainted with the entire proposal? Definitely. Okay, so you're okay to vote. All right, that's fine, then we can proceed. All right, so this is application 19-21, petition of attorney Dominic Thomas on behalf of SEP Shelton, LLC. AA Shelton LLC and AA Shelton Investor LLC for a proposed planned development district, PDD, for 340 rental apartments in addition to existing uses on a 36.431 acre site at 710 Bridgeport Avenue, currently zoned Office Park, OP District. Approval of initial development concept plans and adoption of PDD. Background on this, the petitioner, Attorney Dominic Thomas, on behalf of SEP Shelton LLC, AA Shelton LLC, and AA Shelton Investor LLC, has submitted a proposal to construct 340 residential rental units in 5 additional buildings on a portion of a site approximately 36.431 acres on Bridgeport Avenue, currently zoned Office Park, OP District. 10% of the units are to be designated affordable, consistent with the intent and requirements of Connecticut General Statutes. Subsequent to the opening of the public hearing, which was continued over several sessions, was reduced to 272 units, eliminating one of the proposed buildings. The site will retain all existing development, consisting primarily of the Perk and Elmer offices, related facilities and support parking, in addition to other offices, light industrial, and warehousing uses. Existing buildings and support parking currently cover approximately 54% of the site with impervious surface at the proposed ratio of 1.7 parking spaces per proposed residential unit. Not less than 464 spaces are designated for the proposed 272 units. This will result in a total impervious site coverage of 63%. There's 36.431 acre parcel abuts the non-access line of the Route 8 Expressway over a distance of some 2,000 feet and has approximately 660 feet of frontage on Bridgeport Avenue. The site is abutted on the southwest by the Mark Residential Rental Apartment Complex and other commercial development on the west and northwest by the Split Rock Commercial Development. The opposite side of Bridgeport Avenue has other commercial development. Sole vehicular access to the site and existing development is provided by Bridgeport Avenue with driveway access at 2 locations. The principal entrance is fully signalized and also serves the abutting Split Rock commercial development. Such existing driveways are intended to also serve the proposed development. The site is currently served by all necessary public utilities. Concept development plans for the proposal as submitted are entitled Apartment Development, 710 Bridgeport Avenue, Shelton, Connecticut, prepared for AA Shelton LLC by Rose T. Zone Company LLC, architects, surveyors, engineers, dated 11/7/19, revised and resubmitted prior to the continued public hearing of January 29, 2020, together with a revised statement of uses and standards. Also submitted was a revised traffic analysis for 272 units, prepared by McClone & Broom, dated January 22, 2020, as well as a revised site engineering design report prepared by Rose Tizo, dated January 14, 2020. The Commission convened a duly noted public hearing on the proposal on September 25, 2019, which hearing was continued to October 23, 2019, and to January 29, 2020, and closed on February 26, 2020. At said hearing, there was considerable discussion and extensive questioning by Commission members concerning a variety of issues, including the basis for determining anticipated traffic and parking needs, the ability of Bridgeport Avenue to accommodate traffic generated, the loss of potential additional economic development on the underutilized portions of the site as an alternative to the proposed residential use, and the ability of the market to support the proposal. Also questioned was the potential impact this proposal may have on current and contemplated downtown apartment development, the need to consider traffic imports on Bridgeport Avenue, and its ability to accommodate future planned anticipated growth in the corridor in view of the absence of any plans for comprehensive improvements to Bridgeport Avenue, the changing character of the area over the past decade, the differences in traffic impacts between commercial, industrial development versus residential use, and whether the current office park development would be preferable for better jobs and lower traffic generation. Concern was expressed about the safety of using the shared main driveway that also provided pedestrian access from the proposed rear buildings to the proposed clubhouse pool area, as well as to the existing retail opportunities. Several members of the public commented, indicating safety and traffic concerns, potential adverse impacts on downtown revitalization efforts, density of the proposal, potential blasting impacts, negative impacts of the residential use in an industrial area, inconsistency with the plan of conservation and development, no apparent benefits to the city other than taxes, no justified need for the proposal other than the financial benefit of the applicant, and noted that the commission has the discretion to simply say no. At subsequent continuations of the public hearing process, the applicant submitted proposed revisions in an attempt to address some of the concerns, including a density reduction of 20% by eliminating one building, providing additional traffic and marketing information, incorporating internal sidewalks for pedestrian convenience and safety, etc. Following the close of the public hearing, the commission chairperson, accompanied by 2 other commissioners and the planning administrator, visited the site, noting the proposed building locations and the building heights relative to existing development on the abutting property. In addition, the Commission has completed an extensive and detailed review and discussion of the proposal and their concerns. They've considered all of the materials provided, the comments offered at the 4 public hearing sessions, as well as proposed revisions submitted. Being thoroughly familiar with the Bridgeport Avenue area in general, and the site in particular, the Commission notes the following findings. 1, the city's adopted plan of conservation and development cited the need to preserve opportunities to grow and enhance economic development of office and manufacturing uses, such as currently developed on the subject site. Although existing development is to be retained, the proposed use of the remaining available vacant portions of the site will preclude any further expansion of the existing office and manufacturing uses as allowed under the current Office Park OP district. In addition, the POCD views downtown Shelton as the preferable location for mixed use and residential apartment development. Bridgeport Avenue Route 8 corridor currently has a substantial amount of existing and proposed rental units serving the area in the form of approximately 1,000 residential apartment units, either already in place, authorized and awaiting final approval, and or approved or under construction. It is important to experience the impact of those units prior to authorizing these additional 272 units. The addition of 272 units as proposed may adversely impact the continued revitalization efforts and apartment development in downtown Shelton. As a result, certain commissioners expressed preference to retain the existing office park zoning of the subject site. That was point number 2. Point number 3, Bridgeport Avenue has finite capacity to accommodate additional traffic that will be generated by further development consistent with existing zoning in the Bridgeport Avenue Route 8 corridor. The Commission is not aware of any comprehensively planned road improvements except those mandated by major approved developments which have not yet been implemented or completed. Although the applicant's traffic study indicates adequate capacity at Bridgeport Avenue to handle the proposal, some commissioners expressed concerns that available traffic capacity, unless preserved, may not be adequate to serve the current pattern of zoning and anticipated non-residential growth and development authorized under the existing zoning in that corridor, 4, although the proposal anticipates a 10% set aside of qualified affordable units, the total proposed density is excessive and may result in a variety of future issues. Despite the potential of a Section 8-30G affordable housing submission, the current proposal seeks to integrate the residential apartments with existing industrial, office, warehouses, and retail development. This may result in a variety of land use conflicts. This infill of the remaining vacant portions of the subject site with high-density rental apartments, as proposed, may result in pedestrian safety conflicts with on-site customer traffic and commercial vehicles serving both the current site occupants as well as occupants of the adjacent retail and commercial development. 5, the applicant's marketing study information and data was compiled prior to any knowledge of the current coronavirus COVID-19 pandemic affecting the country. No one knows what the potential drawbacks of occupying high-density housing might be, and the effects it may have on market demand for multi-story, high-density residential apartments as proposed. It has been speculated that many more people may favor alternate, lower-density development formats, unit design features, and building arrangements to address social distancing and other concerns. Such concerns may negatively impact anticipated market absorption rates until more is known. After extensive review and discussion of the findings above, the Commission expressed the opinion that it would be preferable to retain the existing zoning of the subject site. It was their unanimous consensus to authorize staff to prepare a resolution for the denial of the subject PDD proposal for consideration and action. Accordingly, the following draft is offered. Whereas the applicant has submitted a complete petition for the establishment of a PDD encompassing the entire 36.431 acre site at 7 Timbersford Avenue, currently Zone Office Park OP District, to accommodate the existing office, manufacturing, and warehousing units to be integrated, with 272 residential apartment units in 4 buildings of 5 stories consisting of 4 floors of apartments above a garage parking level on 2 substantially vacant and underused portions of the site. And whereas the Commission held a duly noticed public hearing on September 25th, 2019, continued to October 23rd, 2019, and again to January 29th, 2020, and closed on February 26th, 2020, to consider said application petition. And whereas the applicant has submitted initial development concept plans, including other related reports and materials, as well as subsequent revision thereof, reducing the density to 272 units in order to provide the Commission with the information and details necessary to render an informed decision. And whereas the Commission is thoroughly familiar with the site and has considered and reviewed in detail the subject proposal and related reports and materials, and on the basis of its various discussions, it is the consensus of the Commission to deny the subject application petition based on the reasons found in the findings noted above. Now therefore, the Shelton Planning and Zoning Commission, in accordance with the provisions of Section 34, hereby disapproves the subject initial development concept plans and denies the accompanying petition to establish a planned development district for the reasons found in the findings above, summarized as follows. A, the proposal is not consistent with the Shelton's adopted plan of conservation and development. B, there currently is an extensive existing supply of similar approved but not yet constructed apartment units in the immediate vicinity. A substantial addition to this inventory of units and its marketing effect may adversely impact the ongoing revitalization of downtown Shelton, which relies heavily on the economic benefits of such mixed-use development for its financial justification. C, the anticipated traffic burden of Bridgeport Avenue will absorb available traffic capacity and therefore negatively impact future corridor development currently authorized under established zoning. D, the proposal results in land use conflicts between existing commercial, office, and industrial uses and the proposed high-density residential development integrated therein. E, it is unknown at this time what effect the COVID-19 pandemic may have on overall demand rate for such high-density multifamily units as proposed, as well as the impacts on physical design of units and buildings and building layouts configuration. Upon the completion of any and all discussion, I will ask for a motion by a commissioner to disapprove the initial development concept plans and to deny the zone change to PDD.
This is Commissioner
There's a
Ticky. I'll
motion.
motion.
Okay, there's a motion from Commissioner Kelly. Commissioner Ticky, would you like to second?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. There's a motion from Commissioner Kelly to disapprove the initial development concept plan and to deny the zone change to a PDD. And this was seconded by Commissioner Ticky. I will do a roll call. Commissioner Kelly?
Aye.
Your aye for the denial?
To accept the resolution.
Okay. Commissioner Ticky?
Aye.
Okay. Commissioner Motto?
Aye.
And the chair votes aye. So, vote is 4-0 with 2 abstentions, so recusals in favor of disapproval and denial, and the resolution has been adopted.
Chairwoman, this is Commissioner
Yes,
Ticky.
go ahead, Commissioner Ticky.
Usually we have just a moment for comment, and I just wanted to add a comment, please.
Sure, go ahead.
Thank you. I certainly agree with it, as I just seconded the motion and voted for against the application. And I just wanted to note that other towns have shown the way with office and warehousing, which we're in an uncertain time. But one thing is sure, that warehousing and fulfillment centers are only going to be more and more needed in the economy, and we see towns like Stratford and Trumbull and North Haven landing fulfillment centers from Amazon, and I think that it's important that we maintain our office and warehousing zoning because we're unsure what the future of retail might look like, and that has been the case for some time. I think COVID only accelerated that, but people are more than ever purchasing online, and these are good jobs that we would be able to bring to Shelton if we are able to maintain and protect our warehousing zoning. So I think we don't always get it right on this commission, but I think on this particular application, protecting this land and not allowing 300 or 400 apartments to go in was wise. And I think if we work strategically, we can land a development in here that is good for the city, that certainly doesn't add the amount of traffic that nearly 300 or 400 apartments would have, and is good for the economy as well.
All right, thank you for that, Commissioner Ticky. All right, we will move on to our next agenda item, which is under new business, application 20-15, Vista Apartments LLC, applying for a zoning regulations text change of section 33.6, multifamily residential development. This is for clarification of which zones this section applies to. We need a motion to accept and set a public hearing. Mr. Rossetti, do you have a specific date for a public hearing?
The public hearing date will be sometime in August.
Okay.
It is to be determined.
Okay.
And just for the commissioners, this text change is, as most of them are, just kind of a technical detail. In summary, there's 2 regulations that are essentially governing how a multifamily housing development could occur in a CA3 zone. So we're just trying to clarify how that would how that would apply to the different zones. So we're trying to separate. You'll read through the description. It's a little confusing, but I think we'll hopefully make it clear. And I'll be sending out an email to address any concerns. Because it took staff a little while to really try and nail down what the applicant was hoping for with this one.
Okay, that's understandable. So there will be discussion at the appropriate time, but we first need to have a motion to accept this particular application. Is there a commissioner who would like to move that
I'll make
motion?
a motion to accept the application.
Okay, there's a motion from Commissioner Kelly. Is there a second?
Second.
Second from Commissioner Motto. And on a roll call, Commissioner Kelly,
Aye.
Commissioner Parkins,
Aye.
Motto,
Aye.
Commissioner Uso,
Aye.
Commissioner Ticky.
Aye.
And the chair votes aye. So at the public hearing, there will be a presentation and discussion of this particular change in the language. Okay, next on the agenda, under other business, are comments from the chair and subcommittee chairs. Chair has no comment at this time. Commissioner Amato, do you have any comments for the zoning subcommittee?
No, not.
Okay, Commissioner Amato has indicated she has no comments. Commissioner Kelly, you have any comments from the downtown subcommittee?
No, not at this time. Let's get Mr. Nappy.
Okay.
No.
None. And staff comments, Mr. Rossetti?
None right now, but just for anyone in the public watching remotely, if you would like to comment on any future public hearings, you're welcome to correspond electronically via email. You can send those to our secretary, Alexandria Castro. Her email is a.castro, Charlie Alpha Sierra Tango Roger Oscar @cityofshelton.org. And then for the commissioners, we are busy. We're working on a whole bunch of stuff regarding office updates, new printers, getting our permitting online, getting our permitting software in office. Yeah, if you guys have any questions or issues with the telecommunications that we're working on, please feel free to let me know. But thank you for your continued cooperation.
And the updates that you're referring to, that also includes the GPS?
Yes, that also includes the GIS mapping.
GIS, okay. Thank you, Mr. O'Neill. Do you have any comments? No? Okay. Mr. Nappy?
Commissioner Dickey, I have a question for the staff.
Sure, go ahead, Commissioner Dickey.
Thank you. Just a general question, to Alex and others. There are, reports, but I'm asking to understand it officially that, we've seen some businesses closed in Shelton that is consistent with COVID. And now I've heard that Arugas and Ruby Tuesdays or others are going out. I'm just wondering, have any businesses taken the step of informing the Planning and Zoning Office, or do we know through any official channels of any businesses closing in these last couple of weeks?
So for restaurants, as you're well aware, I'm sure, they are allowed to have outdoor dining, 50% capacity, but as for, you were saying other businesses closing permanently?
Yes, I'm wondering if any businesses have taken the step to be in touch with the city or the Planning and Zoning Office to inform us of their businesses closing. For example, I've heard of Arugas or Ruby Tuesdays and other businesses, but I just wanted to ask if you know of anything officially that might have been corresponded with the office.
I did not, but Ken Nappy has indicated that he may have some updates.
Mr. Nappy, go ahead. You have some comments?
Yes, we were notified by D'Souza Associates as Ruby Tuesdays was moving out and is vacant right now. Also by Matt Alangelo concerning the Subway shop on Howe Avenue, although they have about 5 potential customers to take that space. That's pretty much within the downtown area.
Okay, that notification is more of a courtesy to the city. There is no requirement in our zoning regulations that any business entity has to formally notify us if they're closing shop. I mean, there are state requirements they have to abide by if for care of any employees that they have. But
Madam Chair,
Mr. Nappy wants to continue.
one other comment. I know that Mr. Rossetti's been in contact with Mr. Sindall. They have actively been soliciting new tenants for some of their office property, especially tenants who are trying to come up with New York or the lower middle income area, as is the mayor's office, and talking to different realtors. So there is some movement to try to encourage people that are moving out of other areas to come into Shelton.
Very good. Commissioner Dickey, is that sufficient information for you?
Yes, thank you. And
Okay.
I think it's important for us to keep that in mind. I think it's consistent with what a lot of other towns are experiencing with COVID, maybe accelerating a business who maybe wasn't going to hang on, and hopefully we can find businesses that might be interested in going to existing buildings rather than taking on new retail developments.
Absolutely. Okay, and Mr. Panico, do you have any comments?
Not at this time, Madam Chairman.
Thank you very much. Okay, moving on to...
Madam Chair, I'm sorry to keep interrupting, but I keep remembering things. It's my age. Also, I've been notified that there have been many inquiries concerning Kaufman Square and the status of that. We were notified by one of the developers that within the next 3 weeks, we should see active construction starting again, that they're moving ahead. And also some of the retail people have been in touch with the
Mhm.
That's the word we have.
Very good, thank you, that's good to know. All right, our next agenda item is approval of minutes for April 23rd, 2020. Only comment I have on that is on the last page, where approval of minutes was documented for February 11th and February 26th. The motion count should be 5-4, 0 nay, and 1 abstention for both of those. Any commissioner have any comments, questions, concerns about this particular minutes for application 23? Okay, is there a motion to approve the April 23rd special meeting minutes with the comments that I noted about the tally on the last page for the February minutes that were approved? Is there a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion.
There's a motion to approve from Commissioner Kelly. Is there a second?
Second.
Second for Commissioner Amato. On a roll call, Commissioner Kelly?
Aye.
Commissioner Amato? Commissioner Parkins?
I will abstain. I was not present.
Very good. And Commissioner Usel?
Aye.
Commissioner Ticky?
Aye.
And the chair votes aye. Motion to approve the April 23rd, 2020 special meeting minutes has passed 5-0, 1 abstention. Okay. Is there a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn from Commissioner Kelly. Is there a second?
Second.
Second for Commissioner Amato. Roll call, Commissioner Kelly.
Aye.
Commissioner Parkins.
Aye.
Commissioner Amato.
Aye.
Commissioner Usel.
Aye.
Commissioner Ticky.
Aye.
And chair votes aye. The meeting is adjourned with the passing of the motion, and it's adjourned as of 11:17 a.m. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you.
you.